Thank you very much. It's great to be here. I'll try to put it in perspective. Yes, indeed, there is an epidemic of anxiety, depression, and also stress, loneliness, and suicidality among young adults. The evidence for this, and this actually began long before COVID. So, for example, most recently, the CDC released trending factors from 2011 to 2020. And although there was an escalation of depression and anxiety between 2019 and 21, there was a huge increase. So, for example, in girls, feeling sad, hopeless most of the time rose from 30% to 57%. Attempted suicides increased almost double. Anxiety and depression also increased among the LGBTQIA plus community, in which over half seriously considered suicide. Actually, depression and anxiety in these high school students, and comparatively also in the college population, also increased, particularly among youth of color, Latino, African American, Native American, especially Pacific Islanders. Interestingly, the change for Caucasian males wasn't as great. Now, the reason for these changes are hard to determine, but one thing we do know is that this has been a trend that's been going on for a long time. And the overview, I think, is really this. Yes, there are biological factors, but all psychiatric disorders are a combination of bio, psycho, social / environmental factors. So the things that young adults have been worried about, including gun control, climate change, economic downturn, #MeToo. 1 in 5 girls in high school and college students have reported being sexually assaulted. They are worried about society. They are worried about what they're inheriting. They're worried about healthcare disparities. They're concerned about racism and other disparities of people of color. And they're worried about economic prospects. I might also add that storm anxiety has increased threefold. So they're worried about the future. And this was compounded by the COVID pandemic and created, in a sense, a perfect storm. So yes, there is an epidemic, and the Surgeon General reported this, as did the American Academy of Pediatrics and the American Children's Hospital Association and the American Academy of Child and Adolescent Psychiatry. All have noted this as a problem. Among the difficulties for all of these young people is access to care, and for people of color, for very good reason, and I hope this will be addressed tonight, there is good reason for young people of color to distrust the healthcare system and to be concerned about stigma, because stigma is alive and well, and young people are really worried, even though there's more talk about mental health than ever before, which is the good news. That's the silver lining. There is still a great reluctance to actually try to receive care. And when folks do, there's often a huge waiting list because of the shortage in healthcare professionals. So it's really, in my view, a perfect storm.